Hello YouTube family, welcome to or welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Sharita and welcome. And in today's video, we finally have my official list of fall recommendations. So without further ado, we got a lot to get into, you guys, so let's jump right in. Okay, first, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel, you guys. When I say, I just want to cry. Like, thank you for 40K. I feel like we were just celebrating 20K. I blinked and now we're celebrating 40K. This means so much to me. So I want to announce a wonderful giveaway. We're actually going to do two giveaways. The first one, honey, is $400 in cold hard cash. Sent electronically, of course. So your Zelle, your Cash App, Venmo, whatever method you choose, is $400 to one lucky person. Like this video, make sure you subscribe and share this video. That's all I ask. And drop me a comment and let me know that you are interested in that particular giveaway. And I just feel like $400 can really go far. Some people are behind on rent, mortgage. Like, the economy is absolutely buck wild. Some people have been on no buys all year and they are still watching my content every week. Some people have been ride or dies since day one. My Latanyas, my Kimmy Unicorns. Like, I see y'all every doggone week. They are here and not even really looking to buy anything. So that kind of support. So yeah, if you've been looking at a Kriegler, you know, you got a little bit of money and you just don't want to part with most of the coins, you can buy a dream perfume or put towards a dream perfume. You can pay some bills. It's homecoming season, baby. I went dress shopping with my daughter the other week, gagging at these dress prices. So whatever you want to do is what you do with that money. All right. The second giveaway is going to be a massive mystery box. When I say I'm afraid to even calculate the amount it's going to cost a UPS, this sucker, but it's filled with so many beautiful fragrances. We got niche, we got travel size of things, we got samples of things, we have body spray, we got it all. Okay. So this particular mystery box is just going to be chock full of goodies. And hey, whatever doesn't work out for you, you can give it away. You can sell it on Mercari, whatever. It's yours to do what you will. So if you're interested in that one, let me know in the comments below. And again, I'm going to select two lucky winners. Now, I will actually announce these in the community tab. I always like forget to do that or don't do it. But I am going to announce these because I think this is like really significant. Now, other housekeeping before we start is, y'all, my second fragrance with Navitus is coming this fall. And it is so good. It is so good. I literally cannot. So I just want to announce that. I know y'all have been patient. I actually have wrapped up two fragrances. Okay, wrapped up two. But yeah, we have a fall fragrance coming and we have another one coming spring and summer. So I hope that y'all will support it like you did MAHNI CASSONADE, because baby, guess what? MAHNI CASSONADE did so well that the home candle is dropping in October. Okay, the luxurious body cream is dropping December. So when I tell you the support is real and I love you all, I say that every video, I love you all. Okay, my community is absolutely amazing. So fragrances, let's get into these new picks. I have a couple honorable mentions. The first one I want to talk about is a delicious, fresh, spicy, aromatic rose scent. And this is from Cult Gaia. I picked up the entire Discovery set. The one that stood out to me was NOOR. Now, Cult Gaia, if you're not familiar, is like a luxury resort fashion brand. And when I saw this collection coming, I'm like, okay, why wouldn't they drop this spring? But resort is like people travel all year. So really they could have dropped this whenever they wanted to. Some of the scents are definitely going to be ones you've smelled before. You know, the salty, vanilla, fresh, beachy vibes. Like, that is what the majority of this is giving, which I kind of figured it would. But NOOR is actually one that stood out because it smells really unique. And it is one that you can actually go ahead and wear for fall, for sure, because it is so spicy, it is so sexy, but it's still going to be for the girl who enjoys something maybe just a little bit fresher, maybe not super warm, sweet, decadent, spicy like we normally do for fall. That is where NOOR comes in. So this opens with black pepper, geranium. You have middle notes of lavender, French rose, Then you have base notes of incense and Haitian vetiver. So it is very woody. You get lavender done in a really smooth and beautiful way. A rich, lush, deep rose, and lots of pepper. Beautiful, not a safe blind buy. I am thinking about adding a full bottle, but I definitely wanted to mention that one because, again, just to stand out from the entire collection to me. Now, this next one is actually one I have a travel size of, and this is going to be from the House of Narcotica. This is Love Me Latte. I looked at the notes, I looked at the perfumer. Same notes as, you know, Dulce Diablo, Doza. I just said, why don't I just go ahead and blind buy this? But in 2024, baby, the way I have been burned with the few blind buys I have done, I just want to get my nose on these fragrances first. So I said, you know what, Sharita, let's go ahead and start with the travel. So the notes to Love Me Latte are white cherry, pear, fig, coconut milk. Then you have middle notes of caramel, vanilla caviar, brown sugar, milk, champaca, roasted coffee beans, lily of the valley, and ambrette. And you have base notes of Madagascar vanilla, amber, sandalwood, guaiac wood, tonka, musk, and cedar. And this sounds like a very complex gourmand, and it really is. And I don't say that in the way that it's a difficult to wear gourmand, but this is in no way linear. It really takes you on a journey. And it is really addictive. It's gorgeous. You're getting a cherry in the opening, but it doesn't wear like your normal average cherry. And because it is a white cherry, so it's a little different. There's a nuance there that you really do pick up on with that fruity opening. I don't get much pear. I get lots of coconut in the opening. And, you know, as this warms up and develops on the skin, you're going to get a really rich, creamy caramel, coffee, vanilla scent. That's what it is. It's balanced beautifully with those ambers in the base. You know, lots of vanilla. Is very vanilla forward. The tonka bean, the woody notes, all of it kind of melts together to create a really warm, cozy, inviting, delicious gourmand that wears moderate, but this is brand new. And I feel like this is probably going to be one that gets really deeper, richer, stronger, maybe even a little bit further projecting over time. But on me, this is just a moderate wear. It has really good longevity right off the bat, you know, fresh off the press fragrance. And I just think this is one that so many gourmand lovers are going to enjoy. Always, you know, I'm going to say try before you buy because it's got the milk note. You know, it may wear a little too lactonic for you. It is really sweet, but not overly sweet in my opinion. So immediate regret that I did not buy a full bottle of that one. By like my second wear of it, I was like, I should have just went on and got the whole bottle. But we're gonna go back and get that, okay? Love Me Latte, absolutely love it. So the next one I want to go into is going to be a body product. This is Yummy, and this is the latest release from Skin Potion, and this is done in collaboration with Instagram star Yummy. And if you do not follow her, she is the most adorable gourmand lover. She loves it sweet, she loves them fruity, she loves them vanilla, she loves them gourmand. But she, you know, like me too, is just a lover of vanilla. And so I feel like this scent just really does embody her scent personality and her sweet personality, just like she is on Instagram. So you're going to get such a blast of vanilla and marshmallow out of this, but as it develops and dries down on your skin, you're going to get something that on my skin, to me, is so reminiscent of Milk by Commodity. So when I tell you I'm going to be layering this with my Lost in a Dream by Navitus, because I do prefer that scent overall. Compared to Commodity's Milk Expressive, I just prefer that one. That one was just a little bit cloying for me. I don't really get that here, but the way that sandalwood, tonka bean, heavy vanilla kind of comes together with this delicious marshmallow quality, this is so delicious. And this is actually, if you're not familiar, these scents, these body oils, they are like perfume oils. They really do have a rich robust smell to them that you will get for hours on your skin. So if you want to amplify, you know, a scent with lots of sandalwood, vanilla, marshmallow, then Yummy is definitely one I highly recommend. I just cannot wait to do my layering combos video because this is definitely one I'm going to be talking about a lot for fall and winter. Again, this is Yummy, the latest release from Skin Potion. So next up is going to be another, I guess you could say, gourmand. This is super warm, spicy, delicious, and it's a coffee scent. And I have finally found my favorite coffee scent of all time, okay? I have been looking, I know the one from Acro, is it Awake? Oh my God, no, that one did not work out for me. A lot of people love that one. Of course, you know, the intense cafes and all of that. But there's so much more about like that rose and vanilla. In the end, I wanted a coffee scent. Vietnamese coffee is the most beautiful, rich, spicy coffee scent that is so intoxicating and just comforting. I have never experienced anything quite like it. So this has top notes of coffee, and trust and believe you're going to get coffee throughout the life of this scent, which is something that I want. And I love that they deliver that in this scent. So you have middle notes of condensed milk, dark chocolate, lily of the valley. You have base notes of tonka bean, amber, and cedarwood. And the way that they have done the cedarwood in here is very, very prominent and robust. So if you find that that's a difficult note for you, try this one out. And there's so much cedarwood in here that it literally gives it a woody, spicy quality. There are no spices mentioned in here, but this wears very rich, warm, spicy. It really does. The coffee is so dark and rich. There is a delicious sweetness to this with some balanced creaminess to help balance out that cedar, because to me cedarwood is kind of a tough wood. It can make something lean super masculine really quick, and I find that the way they have balanced it with the condensed milk, you literally smell like a cup of Vietnamese coffee. The way they have captured this is absolutely mind-blowing. If you have not tried it, please start with the sample. It's definitely not a safe blind buy. But like I said, I was nursing that 2 mil. I fell in love with it. It's a very powerful performer. You don't need a lot. It lasts all day, all week on your clothes. And I just think that this is such money well spent. If you're looking for a banging coffee scent, Vietnamese coffee is the one you definitely need to check out. Next up is a beautiful gourmand that is like Sharita. This is really sweet. It's thick, it's rich, it's decadent. And it is Mirage Gourmand. As you can tell by the dent, a lot of these I've had for like months now. And again, just trying to get that list to where it needs to be before I drop this video. So this is one that I have just been loving, spraying, luxuriating in. When I first sprayed this, I was immediately reminded of several gourmands in my collection. But above all, I feel like I was getting these hints of Cirque. You know, the Cirque du Soleil perfume, which is a delicious gourmand treat. And I was getting these hints of Yanni, which is from Soradora. And come to find out, the same nose behind Yanni is the nose behind this one. So there is definitely a similar DNA to these. So if you have that one, try this one first because you may not need both. But this one I find is a little less complex, easier to wear, easier to pull off. And just the scent that I prefer. This is so delicious. This is so delicious. I am obsessed. This opens with notes of cake, pistachio, almond, powdery notes. You have middle notes of hazelnut, almond, tonka bean, and you have base notes of vanilla, guaiac wood, and white musk. For me personally, I feel like this is just a star fragrance for 2024. And it's not that it's particularly groundbreaking. It's just super well executed. So much class, but just delivering all the sweet, you know, deliciousness that we enjoy in a true, edible, literal gourmand. It is quite nutty, but I feel like the way they have balanced it with the sweetness, it just works. With the powderiness, the cake note, it all just works. And it doesn't smell overly nutty. You know how sometimes like almond, depending on the way it's done, it can just really kind of throw off a scent or make it really feel super nutty. Same thing with hazelnut. I feel like this is definitely an almond treat, but it's really well done. It's so sweet and delicious. And if you are a lover of gourmand fragrances, you will probably love this fragrance right here. And again, this is Mirage Gourmand from the house of Les Nobles Essences. All right, so this next one is going to be somewhat of a fresher scent. I feel like this just smells like money, like really well established bank account, probably third generation money. Okay, it's not brand spanking new money, but it's not old money. Technically, what you have to be 8 generations in to be considered old money. It's not quite that old. Okay, but baby, this bank account is not new to this. So this is Orpheon, and this is from the house of Diptyque. And interesting story, I went to Neiman's, never, ever, ever in the mall. Never in the mall. Nor do I ever really gravitate towards things and leave with something right then and there. So I was smelling all of the things. This is the only one that I tried that day on paper that just truly wowed me because I used profane language in my head. I didn't even mean to smell this one. I was trying to remember the diptyque that Eve, the rapper, wears a lot. And I think it was the Capital one. But I saw this bottle, and this is just when I pointed. So I told him to spray it. When I say, I was like, oh my God. This in no way is going to be notes-wise something that seems like it's going to be groundbreaking or, you know, super unique. But baby, the way that they have blended this fragrance and the quality of this scent, the ingredients, the way that they carry this out. If you are into like those fresher, aromatic, woody scents that is truly unisex, like a woman will smell absolutely amazing in this, and so would a guy. You need to check this one out because you just smell like money. You smell like woody, powdery money. That is what I can say. So this is centered around the juniper berries. So you have juniper berries, you've got jasmine, powdery notes, cedar, and tonka bean. And don't let the jasmine in the middle scare you because this is not going to wear in a super floral way. It's definitely more so about that juniper berry, the woodiness of that cedar, and the powderiness. And it is so simple, but so beautiful nonetheless. Again, this one is Orpheon, and this is from Diptyque. So next up on this list is going to be a luxurious rose fragrance. This one is actually exclusive to Harrods. Okay, they are celebrating their 175th anniversary, so they're just dropping all of the exclusives at this point. And this one is absolutely gorgeous. If you have fragrances that you enjoy that have that rose with Middle Eastern vibe about it, then this is one I think you would enjoy. If you have Zenobia, because eventually I was like, this is faintly reminding me of something. And I took a peek at the notes and I was like, that's what it is. Zenobia is what it puts you in the mindset of. It's not as sweet, but they do bear some similarities because this is really going to be centered around that rose. A few leathery components, very, you know, slight, but still there nonetheless, and that black currant. If you know Zenobia, it's all about that black currant, the florals, lots of sweetness in that one though. Again, this one is not quite as sweet, but this is a stunning rose fragrance that's going to really shine for fall and winter. So this is one that I am particularly enjoying so much of because I have wanted a honeyed rose scent for quite some time. I love the note of Centifolia, which is like a honeyed rose, but I don't have an actual rich, deep rose with an actual honey note until now. And what I do love about this is it doesn't wear in like a traditional gourmand sweet, super thick honey. It's more like a honeyed amber is how they reference it. But you have spicy notes in the top. And if I had to guess, there may be a little saffron in here because I'm also getting like these elements of covert as well. So you have spicy notes, black currant, vanilla rose. You have middle notes of honey, cinnamon, amber. Then you have base notes of labdanum and musk. The rock rose or the labdanum in here really does come across. So if you know that that's a note that bothers you, please try this one if you can. It's going to be hard if you're in the States. I get it because is Harrods. You can't get it nowhere else but Harrods unless you get it from an individual. But I just think this is a gorgeous honeyed vanilla rose with lots of spiciness. Again, very oriental, you know, Middle Eastern vibes in this one. Again, this is an exclusive Harrods release with bond number 9, celebrating their 175th anniversary. Okay, let's go to something polar opposites. We're going to go into something that is very aromatic, that is cozy, comforting, but also a little hint of vanilla. So this is from the house of Dries Van Noten. This is one I've had for a little bit now as well. And it was a blind buy. I'll say it was a blind buy, and I also got a sample just to make sure I didn't hate it before I opened the big one. But y'all, I was on the fence about getting this one and the one in the green bottle. When I tell you, I'm so happy I just went with the big size of this one when I purchased the fragrances. So I had a sample of this one and the green one. The green one is literally the greenest thing I ever smelled in my life. No. It was giving me like sweet peas and broccoli, vanilla. That green did not die down. It did not let up. Oh, it was too much. And so glad that I did not get it. So happy I got this one. This is chamomile and satin. And for me, these just wear lighter to my nose. I don't know, like everyone doesn't get that from this house, but I got that with Soie Malaki, which I revisited when I was in Neiman's the other day, and I think I might be getting a full bottle of that one because it smelled different. It was probably an older bottle, you know, the displays, they kind of sit there a while, and I kind of fell in love. But back to this one. This is definitely for someone who loves those chamomile, maybe like tea scents. You love those soft, smooth, aromatic vibes, not the harsh ones. Not like your typical, you know, loud or more punchy aromatic scents. This one does feature a lot of chamomile, but it comes off in a very soft and elegant way. So one of the noses behind this is Mr. Paul Guerlain, and that just made me go ahead and get this one instead of the green when I was trying to decide which I was going to purchase. The vanilla comes through so beautifully in here, but this is not a vanilla prominent and dominant fragrance, but you do get this really classy air that you find in the Guerlain Arts and Materials line. You get a very herbaceous chamomile. You get touches of lavender. It's not going to be punchy. It's not going to be super strong. And it softens up so much from the opening. And I just think this is one that is easy to wear. Again, comforting. It's powdery. It's musky, herbaceous. That's what you're going to get. So this opens with chamomile and petitgrain. You have middle notes of orange blossom, lavender, Turkish rose, base notes of vanilla, musk, and galbanum. So if you are a lover of chamomile, I think that you would absolutely enjoy this scent because it really does come through in this fragrance in a really refined and elegant way. Again, this one is chamomile satin, and this is from Dries Van Noten. Next up is going to be a fragrance that I was so happy to give them my coins, but I still waited for Harrods to stock it, okay? DELPHENUS. I was waiting for the UK to stock it because I was not about to pay $545. And fortunately, Harrods also had the 50 mils. Like, I don't need 100 of anything. The only 100 mils that I acquire are of re-ups of something that I know I love and I'm going to wear. Or if that's literally like we have no option but to get, you know, the 100 mil if it's a full bottle. So I got the 50 mil because that's all I need. And DELPHENUS is without a doubt one of the most beautiful, oh my God, ambery vanilla purple florals that you will experience. This is very unisex. I feel like between Centaurus, DELPHENUS, this is going to be the one that most women will gravitate towards unless you really love it spicy, punchy, you know, kind of a vibe. That's what Centaurus is giving me. It just leaned a little too masculine for my personal taste, but plenty of, you know, feminine fragrance wearers also love it. But this one is just so delicious because even though this is like this powdery purple floral, the way the amber comes through on this scent the vanilla. There is almost like a resinous, slightly syrupy quality juxtaposed with this buttery, beautiful auras. So you're getting like this definitely, you know, powdery iris quality auras, and you have heliotrope. But the heliotrope doesn't particularly stand out in this fragrance to me because it can rub me the wrong way sometimes. It can come off a little plasticky. I don't get that with this one. It opens with almond incense, black pepper, and pink pepper. And the incense in this fragrance is what was scaring me when I first heard about, you know, this one coming. I'm like, how much incense we talking? But it's done so beautifully. It doesn't smell particularly smoky or like a burning incense to me. Someone referenced that it smells like a particular incense that they are familiar with, like pre-burned. Okay, so maybe that's why I'm not really getting a super smoky vibe that they kind of alluded to we may get. I don't get that. This smells very orris, ambery, vanilla. So back to the notes. Middle notes are orris, heliotrope, orchid. Base notes are bourbon, vanilla, tonka bean, patchouli, amberwood, leather. You get a very, when I say very slight leathery nuance from this, it's not going to be OD. I feel like the way the leather comes off in vanilla leather is probably going to be just a tad below that. So if you didn't find the way that one wore to be problematic, you will probably enjoy this one. As a matter of fact, if you enjoy that scent, you will probably enjoy this one. Again, rich, deep, ambery, resinous, orris. That is what this is. And I absolutely love it because it's taking orris out of that fresh category, but it's not quite spicy either. It really is an ambery experience, which this is, I think, is a part of their amber universe that they are launching now. And I just think they did a phenomenal job with this scent. This is a 2024 purchase that I am so in love with. Again, this is Delphenus, and this is from the House of Creed. Next up is going to be a heavy hitting Middle Eastern fragrance, and this is definitely going to be one for the oud lover. And it's not particularly a super sweet oud, which, you know, that's normally how I like my ouds. So it's probably not going to get a ton of wear, but I wanted to talk about it because it is beautifully executed. And I feel like my Middle Eastern girls who really do love a true oud, like this is not going to be for the faint of heart oud, whereas the real oud lovers, I think you would absolutely enjoy Opulentia oud, and this is from the house of Tomovici. Can we just give a moment for the bottle? If this is not fall vibes, I don't know what it is. You guys, this is so rich and deep and masterfully executed. This is from the notes of Christian Provenzano, which Mr. Provenzano had submissions for my next perfume. If you can believe it or not, like, I was like, who am I right now? But back to this one. So this is definitely going to be about the oud, okay, and the rose. But I feel like it's just a little more complex than the traditional oud rose scents that, because there's so many on the market, I feel like there's just some real subtle complexities about this one that just take it to the next level. Open with top notes of saffron, raspberry, coriander, geranium, nutmeg, middle notes of Bulgarian rose, damask rose, Egyptian jasmine, orange blossom, and orris. Then you have base notes of oud, amber, labdanum, patchouli, cypriol, musk, vetiver, and moss. So this is one that's going to be very unisex, but it is like without a doubt giving those Dubai vibes. Like this is not going to be a safe blind buy. It's not for someone who's like newer to ouds. This is a true beautiful oud scent that doesn't get funky or automatic to me. Like oud can be very off-putting the way it's done. And because this oud is so powerful, but the geranium really comes through, that lemon vibe geranium, it's really kind of giving it this freshness to the wood, the ouds. And again, lots of beautiful rose and saffron and some of those mossy qualities. But I think this is a gorgeous scent if you love those particular types of fragrances. And so again, this one is the ever so opulent Opulentia oud, and this again is from the house of Tomovici. Next is going to be a really warm, delicious coffee cake of a fragrance, and this is Rise and Shine. This is going to be one that's really budget friendly, but it is really going to be sweater weather fall vibes in a bottle, because this is spicy, it's creamy, not overly sweet, but definitely a sweet gourmand. And There is just something so comforting about this. Like, this is literally a sweater in a bottle. So this one I got off the recommendation of Chris at the Perfumes. I told y'all she influences a lot of buys. So I've had this one for quite some time, and I just couldn't wait to tell you all about this one when the time was appropriate. But now it is. So this opens with toasted almond, cardamom, cinnamon streusel. You have middle notes of cafe au lait, pastry cream, and you have base notes of vanilla bean, sandalwood, sheer musk, and amber. So this one really does have a creamy quality to it. It is so creamy, and you literally taste the streusel in your mouth. It literally smells like a coffee cake. If you spray this in your home, or you're wearing it and you're going out and about, someone is going to look around and start asking who has coffee cake or who is baking or something like that, because that's exactly what this smells like. I do think you have to enjoy things like cinnamon, creamier notes, because that is absolutely what vibe you're going to get from here. It's very, very slight creamy coffee vibes, not anything too robust, super sharp. Like your Vietnamese coffee is like coffee. This is just a subtle coffee. You're having a delicious cup of creamy coffee with lots of sugar, half and half, and you have your coffee cake right there to the side. That is what vibe this is giving. So it's beautiful, and you can get a 50 ml for around 60 bucks. So definitely check this one out. Again, this one is Rise and Shine, and this is from the Dyad Candle Company. All right, guys, so that is our video for today. Please be sure again that you are subscribed. If you are interested in either of the giveaways, make sure that you do let me know and enter. I will announce them in my community tab again, and also leave a comment to your comment that you won, and to reach out to me directly on Instagram, because this is just kind of the best way to avoid all of the bots and scammers. Just know that I will never ask you to send me money for a giveaway that I'm giving to you. So yeah, you guys, also drop me a line and let me know fragrances that we've chatted about today that you have interest in. What has piqued your interest? I think this is a phenomenal list, full of everything, a little mix of here and there. And this was so much fun to do. It has been real. I love you all, YouTube. Thank you again for 40K. And I will catch you guys on the next one.